Alright gamers, welcome back. World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore Ironman Adventures, episode 190, episode 40 on our Dwarven Paladin. We're already on 40. Let's jump back in. Some good news here, gamers. I went ahead and when I got back from work and the gym, I went ahead and farmed out some Murlocs. That's right. We got our 2 iridescent pearls, baby. Let's go. I'm gonna be honest, I killed so many Murlocs. I think I farmed for like an hour and a half or something like that. Killed so many Murlocs, man. As you can see, I have a stack of 40 goblin deviled clams. I even sold some because I had so many, but our gold is now at 18.5 gold. Made a bunch of Murloc fin soup, which I sold at a stack of 20. This goes for 20 silver, just about, or a little more actually. So we made good money with that. And then these goblin deviled clams, a stack of 20 of these goes for 20 silver as well. So I made some solid money just off cooking. And there's like a mosquito or something in my room right now. Hang on. I had to open my drink. Anyways, I went to Ironforge, got the materials that we needed out for our new chest piece, and went ahead and made a few more of the silvered boots, the silvered bronze boots. They turned green, and then I made some gauntlets. But our breastplate will still give us 1 point, or it should, which is exciting. There is a anvil here, next to the forge. So let's go ahead and make this bad boy. Takes a little bit of time, which is perfectly fine. Gives me time to pour my drink here. It is a little late. It's 11:53, almost midnight, so we'll probably just play for a solid hour tonight. I have taken a melatonin gummy already, so I'm going to be sleepy by the end of this. But it's perfectly fine with me. We finally get the shining silver breastplate. This thing... Whew... Yes, 177 on our blacksmithing, right there, with the autograph on it and everything. Love that. Bam. Oh, this thing is so nice, man. We get to sell our old chest piece for 8 silver as well. Update this to current items. We're sitting pretty right now. We're sitting real pretty. That's 2 blue items. 1 made by us, 1 found. So tonight, I think I want to get the rest of the Crocolisk skins, those giant Crocolisk skins. I need to get this damaged crate by the Murlocs. I wanted to get this so badly while I was just farming, but I was like, no, hold off, wait till we do another session. We'll go back to the Green Warden. We'll go turn this quest in up here to Ashland and then leave these others. We might do, well, I just need to turn in the Fall of Dunmodir. And then other than that, we're pretty much done here. I can go talk to Marin and do the absent-minded prospector. This will give me a chain. It'll give me 2 chains. 2 chains, titty boy. I think there's 1 more quest chain after the giant Crocolisk skin. And I learned that the gooey spider legs are actually in Duskwallow. Right there, seasoned wolf kebabs. I think it's a chain off of Chef Growl. I think, not 100% sure, but either way, let's buff ourselves up real quick. Eat some of our goblin deviled clams. I think I'm gonna buy some more sweet nectar as well. The old gobbler's up. So now we almost have 1100 health. We're at 1099. It's pretty nice. Feel pretty confident taking these guys down. But yeah, we got so much tangy clam meat, or zesty clam meat, whichever it is. That's tangy clam meat. That we got our cooking to 193. It's pretty impressive. We're almost at the 200 range with all of our professions. It's really nice. Take a peek here. Blacksmithing's at 177, mining's at 158, cooking's at 193. First aid is capped out until we head into Urathi Highlands, which we might just do. We are pretty close. We could just run up and run into Stromgard. Get that real quick. This crate is covered with claw scratches in the marks of water damage. Prying it open reveals soggy, rotted straw, as if something of value was stored in this crate. You search through the straw and find an armload of red-colored bottles. You thoroughly search this cluster of Murloc hovels and find no trace of the Menethil statuette. Perhaps one of the two nearby hovels to the north and northeast will have more clues. Cool. So we got even more potions. I have another stack of 5 of these in the bank. I'll show you what the bank's looking like right now. 40 wool cloth, 60 bronze, 52 copper. We got some of that iron that we found. We went ahead and crafted that down. Extra bags. 10 heavy leather is what we're at right now. Full stack of Tiger's Eye, almost a full stack of malachite. 11 small lustrous pearls. I found so many small lustrous pearls before I found those iridescent pearls. It was very fun. I'd see green, get my hopes up, and be like, oh, we finally got one. I almost gave up, and then I found one, and it gave me so much renewed vigor to keep grinding. And then I found the second one, not much further after, honestly. I think I found the second one like 20 minutes after the first one, but the first one took like an hour to get. I'd come out here, filled up my bags, went back into town, sold everything, came back out, filled up my bags, went back in, sold everything. That process repeated for a little bit. This barrel is largely untouched. Prying it open, you're assaulted by the pungent odor of cheese. It's a little wet, but still tasty. This grouping of Murloc hovels, after a thorough inspection, reveals nothing, but you're certain that the next clue you will find will be fruitful. One of the hovels to the north must have the Menethil statuette. Be crazy if I found one there. Oh, a solid chest. Let's grab that real quick. I did wind up finding like a BOE axe that was actually comparable to the Gargoyle's Bite, but it was a slower attack speed with a little less damage, so I just, we're going to keep the Gargoyle's Bite for now, but we're starting to get to the point where I think soon we'll replace Gargoyle's Bite with our with another two-hander. Yeah, the Muck Dwellers have a gouge, which is kind of annoying, but it does break if they deal damage to me, so. I'm gonna need to kill, damn, 208, that's like my biggest crit yet, I think. That's because I got all this strength from this chest piece. Increasing my 206, yeah. We're starting to see larger crits now because my strength is higher. What's my, my strength is, my base strength is 54, my bonus is 58. That's really nice. We got a gouging pick from that, not bad. It's an extra 7.5 silver right there. This barrel is halfway buried amidst the mud and grass. After pulling the barrel free from the muck and opening it, a silvery figurine is found packed in fine straw. It depicts a young, long-haired paladin with hammer upraised. This must be the Menethil statuette. You must now return it to Carl Boren in Menethil Harbor. We get the icicle rod. Definitely going with this over the boots. Sells for 34 silver. This would be really nice when I eventually level up my mage. Nice, the Menethil statuette right there. Now we need the giant wet crocolisks, or wetlands crocolisks, not wet. Tendon rip. Reduces your movement speed by 49%. Oof. There's one skin. Just swinging by the water to see if there's any pools. There's one up there. I did find a couple watertight chests or trunks from pools that I fished up while I was farming murlocs. I didn't find anything crazy, just some leather and stuff like that, some potions, but there's 2 pools here. We'll fish those up real quick. Let's get Harry out. Keep us company. Sorry, Henry, not Harry. I always want to call him Harry, but because he's a hare. But we named him Henry. Alright, couple casts here. We are basically halfway through 28 already, just from grinding all those murlocs. And most of them didn't give me experience. I only got some experience from like the warriors and the ones that were like level 22, something like that, but... $176 on fishing, not bad. Mostly just firefin snappers on this pool. What's the cheese sell for? $2.50 for the stack. Not bad. We do need to get our level 28 training. I didn't do that while I was in Ironforge because I wanted to save that until I was recording, but we're not really losing out on anything. We get Shadow Resist Aura, which is a new aura. That's kind of nice. And then our next rank in Exorcism. We haven't been using this too much because obviously you can only use it on Undead or Demon, but when I do get to use it, I'm happy that I'm fighting Undead. Okay, we got some higher level Murlocs out here. Bluegill Raiders, level 28, 29. Even if we just get fishing skill off this, you know, I'm happy with that. Obviously we prefer the trunks, but at this point I'm hoping for a necklace. What do we need to make our helmet? We need 8 more iron bars and a citrine. Whoops, I missed the cast apparently. Green dye we can buy from any major city. Citrine is, you know, more rare, but on our rogue we found plenty of citrine, so I'm not worried. We'll find some in the future. But the earlier the better, right? I saw it. Okay. Oh, another pool up here. Yeah, because next level I could actually, you know, wear this thing, so the earlier that I can get it, the better. It's a huge chunk of stats. 11 stamina is an extra 110 health. 171 extra armor is almost a devotion aura in itself. And then we get 5 extra strength. Just fish in these pools. No trunks. Yeah, it's just fish the whole way down, which is fun. Alright, rebuff. Looking for more crocs. Oh, didn't even see you. Fen creeper. They have one ability, sneak, which is why I didn't see him, I guess. Mirelo is the rare that we're looking for out here. Basically in this entire region. Did not see you behind me. Got that Hammer of Justice off just in time. He was about to bite. And of course we get a miss. Big old 100 damage crit on my Seal of Justice or Seal of Righteousness judgment. Another pool. I'm gonna fish it up, but with our luck so far, I'm just like, we're just gonna get fish here. These pointy crocolisk teeth, silver 3 silver each though. It's kind of nice. But the tender crocolisk meat is what we're really after. Oh, got some strangle kelp. I'm just realizing, I mean, so far we've gone 100% with the crocolisk skins, but I'm realizing that they do have 100% drop rate, so that's why. Hopefully we get one more crocolisk meat. I don't know why Hodge sometimes has them turn around and sometimes it doesn't. Nice. So we got a stack of 10 we get to cook later. Let's look for Mirelo on the way out of here. I think we're going to go ahead to Prospector Welgar and Marin Rockweaver. Oh, nice. Frad Swiftgear. Someone I can sell all this junk to.
Pleased to meet you. Pleased seeing you.
Okay, just spam our target macro as we run through here. He is probably stealthed, but I should still be able to target macro him. Probably not up. Henry just trouncing through the water. Alright, how do I get to Rockweaver and Welger? Looks like I have to go through here, or is it here? I would imagine right here. Garneg Char Skull could drop a helmet. Yeah, this is definitely it. A lot of raptors in this zone. Let's go ahead and eat another goblin deviled clam. Seems like they're all the way in the back. Might even be up this trail here. I actually have a feeling that they're up top, yeah. I did just go ahead and sell the raptor eggs that we had before because I think we learned that it's a horde only recipe. Yeah, they definitely have to be up here in this cave, I imagine. Yep, there they are. Warmer iron braid. Now be careful, he is near a bit of a fall. Warmer.
The situation is severe, that much is for sure. When we uncovered these bones, it attracted the raptors. These filthy beasts killed my brethren and trapped me, Merrin and the poor prospector up here. Help clear the wetlands of these raptors, adventurer. Mottled raptors and mottled screechers are just west of the bluff there. Kill 10 of each if you can. That will be a good start to the vengeance I have planned for them.
17 silver for that. Marin Rockweaver. And the Flagont Gut fossil. It's the other fossil we need for the quest back in. I figured Flagont Gut would send someone for that fossil eventually. Yeah, that's the quest in Darnassus, isn't it? I guess I get to turn it in here to Flagon Gut.
Oh, thank the heavens you are here. It was horrible. We were uncovering some rare artifacts and we began to discover these large bones. Before we knew what was happening, these mottled raptors overwhelmed the dig site. Many lives were lost. Orma here, so brave, saved the prospector and me. He defended us as we ran for shelter. Now we are trapped, and our hard work lies in ruin. Here, take this note back to my sweet Terrell. It will explain the situation to him.
We'll give this a quick glance. My dearest Terrell, excuse the haste with which this correspondence was written, but time is not a luxury we have. The dig crew was making significant progress unearthing important Titan artifacts, but we began to discover other ancient objects, specifically large bones. Not long after the bones were dug up, we fell victim to attack by raptors. The battalion of men from Longbraid's regiment fought valiantly, but ultimately they were overwhelmed. Nearly everyone perished. Only 3 of us survived. A laborer by the name of Ormer Ironbraid proved to be the most heroic as he ensured the safety of myself and prospector Welgar. We now take refuge in a sheltered cavern, seemingly out of the way of harm, but we are indeed trapped until a force can be sent to reckon with the raptors. Welgar is trying to continue work, but I suspect he is still quite frightened. That is our situation, Tyrell. Please urge Longbraid to muster a rescue force at once. My love for you remains strong, even through this dire time. Marin.
Just before the invasion, I uncovered a large tablet called the Goaz Stone. The translated text breaks off in 4 places. The text speaks of a divine plan and a doomed prophecy. I fear we are running out of time. I'm too old to go down and brave those beasts. But you are strong. Scour the excavation site and uncover the 4 missing tablet fragments. Eidos, Moda, Golm, and Neru. Search for them in ancient artifacts or where the soil is loose. Bring them to me so I can begin unlocking the mystery.
Sounds good. Four quests to turn in back at Menethil Harbor. We'll have this to turn in. That'll give us a chain. We get a bit of a long chain with a Dark Threat Looms. One of them is an elite quest. That's an 18 elite quest. I might be able to do that, but... And then it goes back to a non-elite with an 18 normal and a 20 normal. The Fall of Dunmotor ends there, and then the others are just level 30 plus elite quests, so we'll skip on those for now. Fresh Sharpening Stone. There's one of the fragments. Most of the raptors that I need are actually outside of here. Started healing a little too early there. There's the Neru fragment. Some silver. Which is actually good. I need silver. I'm running low on silver. And we can still get some points out of these silver pieces. I need to stop missing. Come on, man.
Health warning.
I got like 3 misses there back to back. That felt awful. Silver looks to be up here. There it is. I think I actually have to go up this way. Is that not a rare? Snarltooth? He's coming this way. Stop missing. Drink a little before we pull this guy. I'm sure I'm gonna have a quest for him later. Cleanse that. Stun him right before his attack. Ah, I was a second off on my judgment there. That looks to be the last fragment. Don't look down. Come on, 4-piece, 4-piece. It's a 3 at least. It's a 4-piece. Beautiful. Alright, let's go get us some mottled raptors and screechers. I think I can safely just drop from these mountainsides here. Yeah, it's not bad at all. Now remember, the screechers call for help when we get them low, so... I think we can definitely handle 2. Front load everything. Eat another stamina food. I got so many of them, I just want to use these on cooldown for right now. I guess if I'm about to eat some food, I don't really need to cast a heal on myself, but... Stack of the raptor eggs goes for about 7 silver. Yeah, 710. Now this is a pack that I probably want to pull away from each other. I don't mind taking 2 on, but let's say there's no way we didn't grab you. I'll take these 2 on and then those 2 on. Guy's just taking all the skins, which is fine by me. Some cloth shoulders. The ugly things. Ooh, big 502 crit heal. Let the mana regen for a little bit before we judgment. Alright, 3 more raptors, 2 more screechers. There's our 2 screechers. There's a raptor. Really just miss, dodge, miss. Come on. Sorry if the energy's a little lower tonight, guys. Like I said, I did take a melatonin gummy and it's starting to hit, so I'm getting a little sleepy, but also just tired from the day, but it's alright, just more of a chill session. Mana's full, let's go ahead and use a judgment and a heal. Pull 1 more of these screechers. He'll die to Red Aura and the Consecrate. And those are our 2 raptors right there, perfect. Big 181. Into a 177, big crits. Alright, let's go turn these back in. Do we have chains on them? Yep, 2 more chains on Ormur's Revenge. I'm assuming one of them is going to be that named raptor that we just killed. Then we'll head over to Rathiel the Green Warden. And then finally up top, turn in a Dark Threat Looms. We'll see what the chain is. I'll probably head up into the Arathi Islands and get our first aid book, and then Hearth, and then that should be just about our time. We might not even finish the entirety of the wetlands tonight, because there's 2 chains here, 2 chains here, a big chain up there, and then obviously still have to run into Arathi, so. But I think after this we're heading back to Ashtranar to do these quests, the 24, the 25, the 22, the 21, the 24, the 25, the 24, and then to Stone Talon. I need to get those crystal scales. I need to head back to Ziz. Some silver, nice. Where is that? Underneath me? I think so. Oh, it's right there. Okay. Yeah, then we're heading. So we're gonna juggle between Ashenvale and Stone Talon Mountains, I think. Ooh, there's iron up here too. Perfect. Like we said, we need 8 more iron bars and a citrine to make our helmet. It's another 4 pieces of silver. Let's go. That's huge. How many silver bars do we have right now? We're down to 3, so this takes us back up to 11. The iron seems to be up here. I don't know if I can actually get that from here. I might have to be in that... Yeah, I think I'm going to have to be in that camp. That Angerfang encampment camp. Now I'm sure Ormur's Revenge is going to be kill some raptors down here.
Killing is a dirty business, but you did your job well, adventurer. If I weren't obligated to stay with the Prospector and Merrin, I'd be down there shedding blood right alongside you. Now it's time to really make those dreaded raptors regret their bloodthirst. Just down below, there are scores of mottled scythe-claws and mottled razor maws. Make those rotten creatures pay by slaying 10 of each.
Sure. And then we'll probably have to kill the named.
Well met.
Have you uncovered those 4 fragments yet, Bale?
Ah, the Goa Stone is complete. Fine work, adventurer, fine work indeed. Now I can continue with the delicate translation of this Titan script. I can make out new words already. It says here, old gods, chained beneath the land. This is the beginning of something epic.
Talking about Sithun and Yogg-Saron. Do you guys say Sithun or Cthulhu? I know some people say Cthulhu. I've always said Sithun. Silk Mantle of Gom. They look sick, actually. Definitely gonna get those on the priest and possibly the mage. I really want that Iron Man. Fuck. Feels bad. So I can definitely handle 2 of these guys. I just need to keep my mana high. It's a nasty little bleed, though, from these scythe claws. Pretty bad Hodge, honestly. Sharp claws are nice, though. We'll keep those. Apparently I need them for blacksmithing, but I haven't seen anything that requires them, so... Not 100% sure yet, but... We're hanging on to them in the bank. I've got 2 right now. What I really need is more bank slots, honestly, but I don't want to spend the 10 gold just yet.
Health warning.
So it seems like the Razor Maws are more towards the back of the camp, and the Scythe Claws, which there is one back here, they're more towards the front. I missed it by just a millisecond. Good experience this quest though, because it's essentially killing 20 mobs and then getting like 2,000 experience for killing those 20 mobs. So, and each mob is giving me what, 135 experience, so it's like 4,000 experience for the one quest. And then right after it'll give me another quest that's pretty damn easy. Just come down here and kill a named raptor, which we've already done. And then there's another 2,000 right there, so that's 6,000 experience. Pretty easy. What level do I get? Next rank of Holy Light is at 30, okay. This is going to crit for like 700, 800. It's going to be really nice. It's almost a full heal if it crits. See, sometimes it turns them around, sometimes it doesn't. There's nothing in the text that says it has a chance to turn around or whatever. Because I'm pretty sure, one, they can't block if you're behind them, they can't parry if you're behind them. It can still miss, of course, but I think you have... I might be wrong about this. You might have a higher chance to crit if you're behind. I don't think that's the case, but I know it's like you can't block if you're behind, or the target can't block if you're behind them, which it wouldn't be able to block anyways if it's stunned, but... That's why if you're ever in a group and they're turning the boss away from the DPS, that's why, right? Most people know that, but... Alright, this is the last Scythe Claw, and then we just need a bunch of Razor Maws, like 7 more. Fresh stamina buff. It's 3 right there. Mind the respawns behind us. See, didn't turn him around. Damn it, I missed it by a second. Not really paying attention the best, honestly, because I'm getting kind of sleepy. 5 more of these modeled razor mauls. I like the art on these urns. There's 1, 2, 3 right there. Is there actually any more back this way? I don't think so. That's a scythe claw. Messing up my judgments pretty hard, honestly, but again, I'm just kind of tired and not really focused. I'm staying locked in just enough to make sure we're okay. Miss, of course. Miss, of course. Oh, because I missed twice it reset. Come on, man. That's really fun. If I didn't miss, we were going to chain aggro him all the way to the other one. Remember, as long as you get a hit in, they won't reset their aggro. They'll chase to the ends of the earth, really, for the most part. You just have to consistently get hits, so if you miss, you have to stop where you are, make sure you connect. Then you can move, right? That's why I didn't reset that time. Alright. Again, front load all of our mana. If we're going to cast anything, just go ahead and cast it all at once. 10 seconds left on the seal. Get one more auto before we judgment. Kite this one up the hill. Alright, we got a hit. Half a gold right there on those keen raptor teeth. That's crazy. Alright, Ormer. Tell me what the final bid is.
You did a bang-up job of clearing out those raptors, adventurer. While you were down there, I happened to notice that one of those beasts stood out from the rest. He was bigger and more menacing. I bet he's the one who led the others here to cause the disruption to the dig site. I ask of you now one final task, adventurer. See to it that Sarletooth is brought to justice, and considering the gravity of his crimes, justice in this case means death. Bring me one of his talons as proof of his death.
So here we get, I'll probably take the wand. It sells for basically 35 silver, as well as we get the curiously tasty omelet recipe, which is, I thought it was Horde only. It's actually on the Alliance as well. This is where I'll craft these raptor eggs into that. Alright. Switch out Gobbler for Sarletooth. Fresh sharpening stone. Probably have to take on one of these raptors real quick. I'll just kite them over here. Some of these might start respawning soon, but that's fine. Because these just respawned. And I came over here and killed them shortly after. That bleed is nasty, man. Tin's up top. Alright, Sarletooth is up. He's probably up top as well. Cleanse that. I don't even know what the infected wound does, but I'd rather deal with that than the bleed. Parry, of course. Yeah, I think Sarletooth is back there. That's gotta be him. Ah, I missed it by a second again, man. Yeah, there he is. He's level 29 too, so I'll pull him alone. Quick holy light to top us off. We'll let the mana regen before I judgment. Got 10 more seconds left on the seal. Cleanse that. If that's the case, then go ahead and front load all the mana. Stun him right before his next attack. Big crit there. And he's dead. Another raptor egg. That gives us 24 raptor eggs to cook. And some more tin, which is just basically just bronze. The coarse stone is what we really want though, of course. Alright. Because it takes 2 coarse stone to make a coarse grinding stone, it takes 3 heavy stone to make 1 singular heavy grinding stone. So, if we thought the coarse stone was annoying to get and bad, Jake hunts. Give him a bow. You can have all my raptor skins. Alright, we're already past our time, so I think we're just gonna turn this in. This will be the last of this chain. It gives 3,000 experience. Whew. Then we'll go talk to Rethel real quick. We'll go talk to Ashlyn, and then we'll head up to Stromgard. Then I'll hearth from there, so it'll probably be like an hour and 15, an hour and 20 tonight. We're not quite done with the wetlands. We've got this chain to do tomorrow, and then the Dark Threat Looms chain to do, as well as anything that comes off of these. Really, none of these have a chain. All that's left is the level 28 and the level 27 quests here. Which... those are mostly in here, I think, involving the Dragon Maul clan. Alright, Ormer.
Talk to me.
Is Snarltooth dead? Have you redeemed the memory of the fallen?
Thank you, adventurer. Your efforts here will not be forgotten. Many innocent dwarves died at this site, simply doing their jobs. The vengeance you delivered to those evil creatures should make them think twice before attacking King Magni's subjects ever again.
Here, here. Alright, let's go ahead and learn this bad boy. See if it's even going to give me any points for cooking it. Not really. It's gone green at this point, but... you know, that's a decent bit of money right there. You figure 25, that's 25, really 30 silver. And all we have to do is buy 25 hot spices, which I think those are 50 copper each. We wind up making 20 copper per egg, but I might just save them. I mean, I do have 36 at this point, goblin deviled clams. These things are going to hold me over for a while until I get to the +8 stamina and spirit food, but another stack of 20, you know, just to have after I use all these isn't bad. I just don't really have the bank space to hold that stuff, you know what I mean? I'm down to 3 slots left. I haven't used wool in blacksmithing at all yet, but apparently it is used in blacksmithing. It might be used in some of the patterns that are like, you find them in the world. They're not taught to you. Because nothing I have here uses wool. I need to make some skeleton keys though. So the silver skeleton keys open simple locks. The golden skeleton keys open up standard locks. I haven't found any gold yet, but I wouldn't mind carrying around like 10 bars, or 10 keys, so 5 bars, which we have right here. But they're just the basic chest. I haven't seen a single locked basic chest on this character yet. And we only opened a handful of them on my rogue. Still, it'd be nice to keep those on me just in case we run into something like that, and I can keep those. See, apparently these large fangs are used for blacksmithing too, but for what exactly, I have no idea.
I got what you need.
Take a quick peek and see. We might wind up switching to axes around like 33 to 37 if I can learn these. I have a feeling that these are like world drops or something like that, but especially the Edge of Winter. The materials that you need for this thing, frost oil, that's a alchemy thing. I'd never get this, so I could never make this. But the heavy mithril axe, this one actually seems pretty good. 45 to 85, 2.7 speed, so it's a little slow for a one-hander, which is really nice. 7 stamina, good health stats. The top end and the speed make it pretty good with Seal of Command, right? Looks pretty cool too. And then as far as two-handers go, I think the massive iron axe is going to be as good as it gets for us there. 11 strength, 7 stamina, 71 to 108, so better than our weapon right now by a good bit. 32, it's only 4 levels away, right? We need 14 iron bars, some gold bars, some heavy leather. I have the heavy leather. I need the gold bars, obviously. The heavy grinding stone, I have one of those. I need one more. Strong flux, you buy it. So this thing is actually probably something that we're going to make in the future. Maces, I think this one you have to find the recipe in the world or something like that, because I am 170 and no one has taught me it yet. I'd like to make this thing though, but just because it looks cool. It's a little slower than the axe, lower weapon damage, good stats on it though. We get it at an earlier level. One-handed maces, I think both of these are recipes that you have to find, I think. The big black mace, this thing would be really nice to make. 46 to 86, 2.4 H strength at 41. Swords, we do get one pretty soon, this Jade Serpent Blade. I think this one we might have to find, because I don't think the merchants taught me it either, which sucks. I really want a weapon that I could just learn from the merchants, but so we might have to do the Wicked Mithril Blade. Good damage. It's really fast though. I don't like how fast it is. And then realistically, we're not making any of these because you need a lot of other professions reagents. So then it's just mostly going to be armor that we make, right? Oh, the barbaric iron helm. I actually don't think I want that. It looks cool, but 9 strength, 9 agility versus 5 strength, 11 stamina. I think I'd rather have the stamina in hardcore. This one as well, I don't think I'm going to make that. 10 strength, 10 spirit. Now this one, I actually would like. Mithril bars and mage weave. We'll make that in the future at 41. Heart of Fire. I don't think we found any of those on the rogue, and I was looking for some, so... But this one, it's just resistances. I don't really care about that. We're never making that. So I think we're really just going to make 2 helmets on our way up. The green iron helmet will be our first and last us all the way up until the mithril coif. And then we'll switch to that. Shoulders. Silvered bronze shoulders is what we have right now, right? No, you have to find this recipe, okay. Green iron shoulders though. We can make these bad boys. And they're pretty damn good. So it's just iron bars. Sharp claws for these. Strength and agility. I'd rather have the stamina. Strength and spirit. Stamina and spirit. So the mithril set gives me stamina and spirit. So I definitely want to make the mithril set. Is there no mithril chest piece? There's dark iron. Steel, and the stats are random rolled on it. Yeah, there's literally no mithril chest piece. That's crazy. How did they overlook that? That's a shaman's chest piece right there. This is good tank stats, but Heart of Fire is like pretty inconsistent, and it's 270. Yeah, I'm just double checking and making sure that I don't really need these large fangs for anything, so. Alright. Let's go talk to Rethel real quick. We'll take the chain, but we're not going to do it. Fire Taboo and Blisters on the Land, we'll do those tomorrow before we leave the wetlands. We'll come back later at probably 28, 29, 30, somewhere in that range. $40,000 jumps already. We're probably strong enough to do mercenaries and maybe not Chalksall yet, because Chalksall isn't a cave, but I do want to go back and finish those eventually. By reducing the gnolls' numbers, You've tended to the health of the wetlands. Although my faith in your people has been taxed in the past, dwarf, it may yet be restored. The moss hides are cutting the trees of the wetlands, using the trees' flesh to warm themselves with fire. I will suffer this pain no longer. Rid the moss hides of their crude flints, the tools they use to make fire. The flints are borne by all moss hides except the smaller moss hide gnolls and mongrels. Okay. Work on that tomorrow. Just right here. Just gotta get some flint, it seems. Let's head up north real quick. Turn this in. Head into the Arathi Highlands. Got a Stromguard. Be on edge at Stromguard because it is dicey in there. There's high level elites. But there is a little jump that I used to know how to do, and I'm sure I could remember if push came to shove. Just be on high alert while we're up there. Foggy McCreel. We'll do these later when we come back. Around 28, 29, 30. 2 level 30 quests right here. We get to look for Prince Nazjak too, which hopefully he was up. He was up for our rogue, and we did wind up getting the title charm, which is just an insanely good trinket. Is there a level requirement to that? 36. He's probably a level 36 rare too, so might not be able to do that until later, but I think 34 to 35 would be a good time to go check for him, which is when we'll be in the Arathi Islands. We could also go start Hillsbred soon. It's more like level 30, actually. Dun Modur. Need to explore this, and then this strip back here, and I think we have all of the wetlands explored. Ashland Stonesmirk? You say something, sonny? Can't hear a bloody thing besides the ringing in me ears. Say, what's that you got there?
Oh, well, old Hinderweir is wise to be worried. This ain't no ordinary blast powder. Look at the tiny silver crystals, and the distinct smell. Why, it's clear as daylight that this is Seaphorium powder. Seaphorium is harmless enough, but once it's wet, it could blow Ironforge out to the mountain. The chemical reaction can be diffused by mixing 4 components. Lurker venom, crushed Mogrosh crystal, a Crocolis tear, and this disarming colloid. Now tell Hinderweir before it's too late.
Right. Longbraid the Grim. If there's one thing time has taught me, it's that no assignment is a dull one. Protecting the Thandal Span should have been an easy task, but with the brunt of the army fighting alongside the Alliance, we were overwhelmed here, and Dun Modur has fallen.
What brave adventurer sends word from Menethil? Ah, adventurer they call you. You bring hope to a hopeless situation. 'Tis good news
Fuck
indeed
these guys.
that young Harlow survived. While fleeing, he received a grievous wound. We had but little time to send him on his way on the back of the only surviving steed with the
It's the guy that got an axe to
But
the
now
back.
we face a perilous situation. Dun Modur has fallen, and we are but a shadow of the great regiment we once were. Many of my soldiers died in the Battle of Dun.
Gonna hold off on this cool shield, but again, these guys have 3,000 health. They're like 2.5 of me. Whew. Beasts. Alright, for the final thing tonight, let's head into the Arathi Highlands, try and get that first aid book. That'll set us back a gold. We did break 20 gold though, which is huge. I get to cook this crocolisk meat, I get to cook this raptor eggs, saving these gooey spider legs for when we go to Darkshire, which is pretty soon actually, right after Ashenvale, I think. The Night's Watch. Now this bridge is sick. I've talked about it on the Rogue. There's some quests here for the Alliance to do. As you can see, there's one guy over there, but like we said, we'll come back for those later. It's gonna go Ashenvale, Stone Talon, juggle the last bit of those quests there, and then probably start Darkshire and finish up anything in Red Ridge, the champions, escorting Kashan, Fangor. Maybe I can do those. Give her a mana buff.
Oh, you're nice.
Hers is 20 per 5, minus 15. But we get that 20 per 5 one pretty soon. I think 34, yeah. Then we don't get another point in it until 54. And then it becomes 30 per 5. No, we get one at 44. Okay, 25 per 5. Now these mobs are red. Stick on the road. This is dicey. Eyes peeled. I don't have anything like sprint like we had on our rogue, which I could just pop and get away from things. The stun is pretty likely to miss on a high level mob. Now I remember on the Horde characters there was a patrol of 3 Stromguard elites that roamed the road. I don't know if they're going to be friendly on the Alliance or if they're going to be hostile, because at this point Stromguard has fallen, right? I guess I should swing into Refugee Point real quick. Grab the flight path while I'm here. Just for future ease.
Where would you like to fly to?
Give them some buffs, help them out. Switch to the sword and shield for now. Just in case. Tin. Although, that's a death sentence if I fall. Well, it's not even if I fall, the tin is down there. I don't like the odds of that. I think I just have to leave that tin for now, unfortunately. These things are like level 38 or something like that. They would cook me. Okay, they are friendly to me. Good. Everyone in Stromguard isn't friendly, right? There are some... Yeah, because people have taken over Stromguard, even for the Alliance, if I remember correctly. This was once a great kingdom, though, for the Alliance. We had a quest on the Horde to kill Valor Call. I can't remember if we did it or not. I think we did. I think we pulled him away from his horsemen. Or I think we had a quest to take him down. I know we had a quest to take on the rock giant, and we took him down. That was pretty tricky. Alright, start spamming tab. Make sure. I don't think it's on this side. I think it's... Okay, yeah. No. I swore I could get up this way. Oh, let me up. Yep. Come on. Yep. It's because I'm a dwarf, isn't it? Ugh. Oh no. Do I have to walk all the way around because I'm a dwarf? Bro, I swore that I jumped up here before. Maybe it's when I had a mount? I really don't want to get near any of these mobs. I know there's like invisible assassins around here too. I'm so close. Ugh. Bro, come on. Parkour. Oh, parkour. Oh, man. Maybe if I just hug this wall? Dear God. Okay. At least the Strom Guard humans are friendly to me, thank God. Oh, it's not a chest I can open. Alright, cool. We can get our first aid book and then hearth back to Menethil. Deneb Walker. Expert first aid under wraps, 90 silver. I think I want to pick these up now and just put them in the bank. Ooh. I'm gonna go ahead and buy all this stuff. We did take on Prince Galen Trollbane on my rogue, though. I remember that. That was a cool fight. That was a tricky elite quest to take on because we had to kill all three of these guys. But all right, let's hearth out of here. Let's go turn in these quests. Learn expert first aid. Poppy seeds. Not solo self found. She probably has some juice on, I bet. Honestly, she might as well be solo self found. Other than that belt, which she might have found, everything is earned by herself. Give her a salute too. Salute her with respect. I feel like she's solo self found even if she doesn't have it showing because of her gear. Carl, do you have the statuette?
The captain of the Blind Princess will be relieved to hear this precious cargo has been recovered. You have well earned this payment for services rendered. It is good to see dependable folk like you, especially in trying times such as these.
So he's actually not the captain of the Blind Princess. I thought he was, but it's the Maiden's Virtue is what he's the captain of. I can now learn these, which is nice. James Halloran.
Need help?
My apprentice is like a son to me. It's going to be hard for him to live his life with only one leg. Ah, Bale, how goes it? Do you have my skins?
Don't suppose you'd be interested in becoming my apprentice, would you? No, I'm just kidding. You're much too old for one thing. Besides, from the looks of you, it would seem that you have other ambitions in life. Nonetheless, these are some fine skins you've procured, and I'll be able to put them to good use.
So we actually get a leg upgrade until we can make those green iron leggings, which, you know, these are nice. And that levels us up to 29, huge. So, oh, we also need to put this on our chest piece. The medium armor kit that we got from that one quest. Another cooking recipe we learn. We have a lot to cook here. Jesse, let's cook. Upgrade, or update, not upgrade, update to the current items.
Great to meet you.
Were you able to find Marin? Did she send word?
Such horrible news! At least 3 of them survived! But when will the killing end? I long for the day when King Magni's subjects can live without fear.
Me too, brother. Alright, those go in the bank. We learned these at 180 and 210. These will go in the bank. Same with the sharp claw. But after doing all that research in blacksmithing, we might even just want to sell the sharp claws. I don't think they're going to be used for anything that we're actually going to use. Sell that. And last but not least,
Here there.
actually, are they upstairs? Yes. Flag and gut.
What can I do for you?
With the Stone of Relu, I'll be able to release the hidden secrets of my fossil as well as Rem Travel's fossils from Darkshore.
Most excellent adventurer. Now to see if I can use the stone to decipher the powers of the fossils.
Take the skull chipper here, just to sell.
Good.
Flag and Gut begins to manipulate the Stone of Relu over the 2 fossils. By the stars, a spirit has been summoned. Whoa. Who hath summoned forth Aemon? Holy shit. Ah, I see you toil with the relics of the past. Is he a titan? Be warned that even your creators are fallible. Digging too deep into your past might bring an abrupt end to your future. It dissipates before your eyes. Wait, that was sick. Alright, that's the end of that chain.
What can I get for you?
Sell that. It's a mystery of the past indeed, but a key to our future. So now we just need, what? 10 hot spices for those. 4 hot spices for these. And then 25 hot spices for these. I think the math got mathed wrong there. Even if we just get 1 point out of all this stuff, it's nice. Most of this I'm just going to sell, I think. But we should make a decent profit. There's a point. Cooking can make some money. If you invest a little bit of your own money into the spices and you get the meat, like, you can make, you know, a little bit of a profit. 195 now? Hey, if we can get 200, I'd be happy. Okay, no, the math didn't wrong there. We should have just enough left to craft all of these raptor eggs. 197. Surely we get 3 points on 25 crafts here. Cooking almost maxed out. We got one so far. Come on, give me 2 more. That's another. Just 1 more. Oh, baby. Everything else is extra. 200 cooking already. Our professions are pretty damn progressed. Yeah, 30 silver for a stack of 20 of these curiously tasty omelets. Two of one. I think I'm just gonna sell them, honestly. I don't think I'm gonna use 40 before I get to the next bit of food. Alright, last but not least, before we log off, let's go ahead and smelt this stuff down. The tin, the silver. What do I need for the keys? Rough grinding stone. Ugh. I'm just gonna sell the murloc fins. I could make them into a soup and sell the soup, but it's not worth my time. Just one. If I had a full stack, I would definitely do it, but it takes 2 fins to make a soup. It's just one. It's not worth it. Alright, make the tin. Alright, let's jump in bed. Tomorrow we'll head to, well, we'll finish up the last bit of quests here. We need to get the flint, and then there's one more chain off that. And then we're pretty much done here for now. We'll come back, like I said, later. Around 20, 29, 30, somewhere in that range. But next up we're going to Ashenvale and Stonetown again. As well as starting up Darkshire, I think. So, alright guys, we're going to call this one here for now. I want to thank you for hanging out. I didn't spend that talent point, so real quick, let's jump back in. I just remembered it. We need, what, 2 more points in deflection? 1 more point in deflection. So next level we'll have deflection maxed out at 30, and then 31 we get Seal of Command. And then from 32 till 60, for the most part, all of our points are going to go into protection. I think it's actually 32 to like 56. And then the last few points we're putting in Holy. We're going to do improved Holy Light and improved Lay on Hands, I think. I might even put these a couple points in Healing Light early, just so we get bigger heals from our Holy Light and our Flasher Light. But for the most part, I want Redoubt, I want Shield Spec, I want Hammer of Justice, Blessing of Kings, Reckoning is a big one that I want. And then other than that, I think we're not putting any other points in here somewhere. I think we go 5, 3, 5, 3, 2, 1, 3. I have to look at my talent calculator again, but I know there's a way that we can manipulate this to mostly get defensive stats here, but at the same time getting Blessing of Kings full here, so we have better block chance, and increase the amount that you do absorb when you block. Lower cooldown on Hammer of Justice, so we can stun more. And then Reckoning. Reckoning is like wreck bombing. It's the big thing that everyone calls it. Gives you a 20% chance to gain an extra attack after being the victim of a critical strike. This gets all the way up to 100%, so when you get crit, you deal a crit, or you get an extra attack back, which is really nice. But alright guys, we're going to call this one here for now. We will continue tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out. See you in the next one. Peace and love, and God bless gamers.